Good evening, my name is Sue Booth. I'm an executive with Zinzino, and it's my pleasure today to take you through the wellness revolution that's really catching people's attention globally. Unfortunately, it's something else is catching our attention globally as well, and that's that dreaded coronavirus. And one of the things that I think people are very much more open to looking at is the state of their health and how they can improve it. So it's my pleasure today, as I say, to take you through this presentation. Now, Zinzino is not a startup company. It's a company that's based in Stockholm, it's in the Nordic regions, and they're 15 years old. And we're a publicly traded company. So we've reassured me as a partner that I was actually partnered with a company that was going places and actually, doing as they should by the rules, if you like. So it gave me very much more confidence. What gave me more confidence than ever was the actual products. The products are astonishing. And a few years, I've been taking an omega-3 product for probably over 30 years. I'm getting old now. So that 30 years, I had anticipated that I would be one of those people who was in balance. How wrong I was. I'll share my results with you a little bit later. So why has it become necessary to supplement nowadays? And Linus Pauling had it right. He said all diseases, or nearly all diseases, can be traced to a nutritional deficiency. And that's quite a powerful statement to make. First of all, it's the way we eat. We're now, as kind of busy people, we tend to eat on the run. We grab a sandwich, we grab something probably not as healthy as we should do. But the core of it is it's what we're eating that's actually causing most of our problems. The conditions of our soil. Now, we've always tried to, as a family, we've tried to eat good, healthy foods, cook from fresh all the time, don't eat processed foods. But it's the soil that our foods are grown in, and they tend to be, kind of have a huge amount of fertilizers and chemicals to make sure that they grow properly, the products grow properly, the plants grow properly. But that can actually do an awful lot of damage as well. But there's no laying fallow of fields anymore, or very rarely. And so they'll squeeze in maybe 2 or 3 crops within a year, rather than having one crop and then leaving it fallow for the following year. So it actually regains its nutrition, if you like, nutritional value. We also have exposure to toxins. Now, we know that the world's polluted. It's becoming less polluted at the moment because there's less aircraft, there's less cars on the road, and it's so lovely to see these clear blue skies where we're used to seeing a lot of pollution and haze over everywhere. So we're being exposed to this on a daily basis, and it really can affect us internally and externally. And then we have stress. So people quite often, depression is one of the, stress and depression is one of the most, biggest things that people go and take medication for. But there's different ways that you can address stress as well. So all these reasons are some of the reasons rather, that why it's necessary to supplement, right? Because we're not getting all that nutrition within our food that we should have. We know that science and technology are really developing at such fast rates, probably fastest rates in human history. And we know more about nutrition and wellness than ever before, but still our health challenges are increasing. Just look at type 2 diabetes. That's a lifestyle illness in my view, and it's only my opinion, but it's one of those things that we know that it's down to what people eat and how they live their life. So these changes in our lifestyle can make a huge difference. We know that we're also made up of trillions of cells, 100 trillions of cells, and they're constantly being renewed. And the cell membrane actually consists of lots of other things, but it's also combined fatty acids that actually create that shell around the membrane, that membrane around the cell. And those are essential. And Nigel has a really good way of explaining it. He's saying that, you know, kind of one of omega-6s are straight, and then, or the, I can't remember which way around it is, one of them's got a kink in it. So it actually allows, you know, kind of air in, and, or not air, so allows things to go into it. But it's making sure that that is a permeable with some gaps in between, so it can actually absorb things and also excrete things. So having that cell-like permeable is so important. It allows those nutrients to enter that cell, but it also allows the waste to come out if necessary. And so having that soft and permeable gives you a healthy cell. And that's when you've got the right balance of omega-6 and omega-3s. When it's not a healthy cell, so when we eat too many omega-6s in our diet and too little omega-3s, then those nutrients can't enter the cell because that cell membrane becomes so hard and impermeable. It's not allowing anything in. It's like it's trying to get through, but it can't do. So however good you eat, however well you eat, and however good your nutrition is, it's not going to be enough if that cell membrane is hardened. And it only then allows part of those wastes to come out, so that you end up with a toxicity within that cell. So that's not a good way to be. So we want soft cells as opposed to hardened cells. So we know that our results that we show, you know, 95% of us are in danger. And I heard the co-founder, Hilda, the other day saying, actually, it's 97%. So, you know, we're getting very close to that 100% mark. So that means that the rest of us are in need of becoming more balanced and becoming aware of the situation. And we know that that's down to the foods we eat and the oils we use, whether we use processed foods, bread and things like that. And we're not eating enough of these lovely foods on the right here. The avocados, my favorite, seeds and oily fish. So those things can actually improve your omega-3. And you know, we don't make omega-3s within our system, so we have to consume them one way or another. So we're eating too many omega-6s, as you see on the left, and those tend to be the processed foods. And unfortunately, in the UK has got a rather a big accolade, if you like, because we've actually become the purchaser of over 50% of our produce that we purchase on a weekly basis is processed. Now that's not a good accolade, is it really? So how can we improve that? So we know that this imbalance is causing, you know, kind of causing these inflammatory markers to happen within the body if there's too much omega-6. We're eating these low levels of omega-3s, and we're not consuming enough of the polyphenols in our diet. And we're also getting low levels of vitamin D, so not enough sunshine. And so how do you know where you are? So the ratio that we would love everyone to be is 3 to 1 or better. Now, the World Health Organization says 4 to 1 or better. So in that region anyway, that is you know, where you need to be. Unfortunately, most of the people in Europe and in the Northern Hemisphere here are within that 15 to 1 basis, that ratio. So where do you fall into that? You know, do you fall into that danger zone? And I think this picture of the iceberg on the surface is so apt, really. So you can see the tip of the iceberg and you don't know what's underneath. And Titanic would still be here if that was the case. But the people who do take an omega-3 supplement usually fall in that region of around about 7 to 1. Now, remember what I'd said, I've been taking one for 30 years, and a good quality one I considered. So the ratio that I came up with, and those are where most people are, is 15 to 1. And those are the people who don't take an omega-3 supplement. So I actually tested, my first test was 14.4 to 1. I was absolutely horrified that it was so bad for someone who'd taken, you know, a supplement for so long. And I've been very aware of, you know, kind of what I eat. I love fish. So I had considered myself to be not at danger. All the things I was doing for my body, I was not doing enough for it. As of April 2020, we've done over 493,538 tests. That's pretty amazing. And so that's an astonishing amount of tests. And these are done by Vitas Analytical Services. And they are an independent, completely independent of Zinzino, but they do our balance test for us. And our little balance test here is what we do. It's got everything you need inside there to do your blood test. And it works so easily. You just send it off to them. Fantastic. Now, as we said before, only a very small percentage of the people in Europe have that balance of 3 to 1. So we know that the people who do take an omega-3 supplement, they're going to be around about 20% of those. And the people who don't take an omega-3 supplement, who've got that balance of around about 15 to 1, that ratio is around about 75%, sorry. And after the test, 95% of the people who then go on to the balance oil products that we have, so this balance oil here, have a ratio of near 3 to 1 in just 120 days. Now, that is a pretty impressive thing. So everything takes a season, in my view, in nutrition to actually start. So it's a bit like seeds. You don't plant one day and expect flowers the next. So you need to have a season, and it's the same with your health. And so any nutrition that you take, you need to look at a season before you actually gain the results and start seeing the results effectively. Why is our product so different? Well, there are lots of, it's the largest selling product on the market, omega-3s, but a lot of them are just pure fish oils. And these pure fish oils probably are not as good as you think they are. Definitely wasn't as good as I thought I was taking. So we have a combination of omega-3s from oily fish, and it's taken from pelagic fish, which are things like anchovies, mackerel, herring, and they're taken from pristine waters, so taken from clean waters. They're screened to make sure that there's no toxicity or no contaminants in them as well. And we're proud members of the Friend of the Sea, so we do make sure that we fish very sustainably. That's combined then with algae, and this is independently grown, so it's not farmed from the sea, it's actually independently grown in tubes, so it's totally contaminant free, and it actually is vegan. So we've actually got a vegan product which is superb as well, so we can really cater for all markets. But the thing that really sets us apart is the fact that we have polyphenols, and these are taken from unripe olives. So they're de-seeded, they're cold pressed, they're organic, they're from a lovely place in Spain, and it's a certain type of quite spicy olive that they use. And that's sometimes you'll get a little catch on the back of your throat with the oil occasionally. But it's just such a powerful product. And the reason that they do it 2 months before harvest is so that that's when the polyphenols are at their height, they're in their abundance. So we are, a trusted product. We have 100% guarantee on it. It's got vitamin D3 in it as well, which helps transport it into the cellular level and make sure it stays fresh and pristine, so it's not going to go rancid. We're trusted by, it's GMO free, it's trusted by Halal, and also by Informed Choice, which is trusted by sports bodies as well. So all these things make us very different than your average omega-3 oil. What sort of health benefits? Well, you're looking at normal brain function, heart, and immune function. Now, I was really interested in the heart function, and I'll tell you a little bit more about my history and my journey, if you like, in a few minutes. But what else can be beneficial for it? So taking an omega-3 balance oil can help with all these things that you see here. So really from, pregnancy, to making sure that the development of the fetus is going well, breastfed, children, infants, development of children, infants up to 12 months of age is so important that they get that right amount of omega-3 within their diet. And that is crucial, because it's going to ensure that they get everything that they need and that development is perfect. So you can see all the other things here. And these are approved claims by the EFSA, which is the European Food Standards Authority, and there's just so many different things that we can say about our product and what it does. So how do you do this? Well, you find out your number. So how do you know? I was asked, how do you know your omega-3 supplement is working? Well, the truth be, it was a case of hope. 30 years of hope, very expensive exercise. So I didn't know. And to be fair, I kind of, as I said, I was quite blasé about the fact that I was going to be imbalanced because I'd been taking an omega-3 oil for so long. But I wasn't. I took the test. I got my results back. I started nourishing my body with the products that we have. And so then you can review your test. You actually fill in a short form, which is anonymous, and they only need your email, so they can email you back. 14 to 21 days, you're going to get a test results back, and it's a 10-page report. So it's quite fantastic to be able to read so much about just your essential fatty acids. You're going to then test, keep taking the product, and then test 4 months later. And then you're going to see a new number. And I promise you, you're going to be quite astonished at the difference in 4 months, just 4 months. But I should like to reassure those looking at this for the first time, kind of, a lot of people kind of go, well, what am I buying into here? Well, you're looking at something that can actually improve your health and improve the balance of your omega-6 and 3s. And do you know what? We even have a money back guarantee. If your first test comes back 3 to 1 or better on your very first balance test, and as long as you're on a subscription, then you have the offer, you can have your money refunded to you. So it's completely risk-free for our customers as far as we're concerned. So let's go and have a little bit more about the balance oil. The balance oil, as I've said, contains natural wild fish oil. It's high in omega-3s, organic olive polyphenols, vitamin D3, all these things that we mentioned before. But that's going to give such key benefits for you. It's going to give you good brain function, heart function, good for your immune system, and help that EPA and DHA balance in your body as well. And it's also helping to maintain those levels of omega-6 and 3 within your body correctly. And it's also the polyphenol levels in your body to help support blood lipids and oxidative stress. Eye function. I obviously need to take more of it because I still need to wear glasses sometimes. And but it's also there to help maintain triglyceride and blood pressure levels, which was very important to me. So Extend. Now this is, I've actually just received my first of the new Extend, so I'm really excited to try this. I've only taken 1 capsule so far. So we've gone from the original pressed powder tablet to Extend to a capsule. And this is an all natural product. So this is very reassuring to people who, and it's a vegan product too. So it's very reassuring for people who actually want to increase the benefits that we're getting. So Extend Plus is one of these. It's got 23 essential vitamins and minerals. It's got micronutrients and phytonutrients, and also beta-glucans, which are actually derived from baker's yeast. And what are you going to expect? Well, you're going to have more energy, you're going to improve your bone function, improve your boost your immune system. And we've got 45 approved health benefits of this product alone. And that's really important, I think, that it's covered by that. And it's a comprehensive program, that can actually be needed for helping tissue growth and repair. So it's a real good all-rounder nutritional product. It's amazing. And then the xenobiotic. Now, I have to say, this is one of my favorites. I learned something a couple of weeks ago from Dr. Paul Clayton, that this product is so quick to act and react within your system, because it's got this blend of 5 natural dietary fibers. Actually, they're prebiotics. They're not probiotics, they're prebiotics. So you're actually supporting the growth of healthy bacteria. And also it helps promote healthy bowel function, which is essential to ensure that you're not getting, clogged up. It's really not good to be, you should be going at least once a day. It's also fantastic for balancing cholesterol levels as well. And another reason why I wanted to take it myself. So it's dietary fiber blend, it's gut health, balanced cholesterol, balanced blood sugar, healthy bowel function, all those, and it balances out your microbiome within just a few hours, you know, kind of 24, 48 hours. And it's also like a colon cleanse. So you can mix it with water. You're also able to cook with it. So it's actually not difficult to give your children this. If, you know, kind of lots of children are suffering from kind of gut problems and constipation. So you could actually mix this in with their porridge or whatever food. You can sprinkle it on something. You can use it in cooking as well. So you could include it in something like a cookie if that's what they want. So I think this is so versatile, and I was so pleased you told me that, because I just thought it was a real eye-opener for so many people who are kind of thinking, well, how do I get this down my child? Or so it's a great opportunity to do that. So we have a health protocol. A health protocol is the recommended product offering, if I like, to get your cells and your gut and your immune system back into balance as quickly as possible and as safely as possible. We start off, as you say, with the unique test, the 3-step with the oil, the Extend Plus or the Extend, and the xenobiotic. And that's really going to help balance and restore and boost the body very quickly. And obviously the oil takes a little bit longer. You know, we anticipate 4 months, so 120 days. But the Extend, you notice quite quickly, and also the xenobiotic very quickly as well. So people can get the benefit of things as they're starting to get their omega-6s and 3s into balance. So let's have a look at the price of these. So these are for the balance oil test at the top, with the test kit at the top. And you can see you're going to, as you order a product, a premier offer, sorry, you get a 2-month supply effectively. So 2 bottles of the large oil, so this one here, and you get 2 small ones as well, which are great for being able to take away. Or if you're slightly heavier than the kind of the average person, then you may need that extra bottle to ensure that you have enough to take for that month. You also need to make sure that you take it in relation to your weight as well. So it's 0.15 milliliters up to every kilo that you are. So you know, it's easy to work out doing that. But look at the price that they've got. If you were to buy all those products individually at a retail price, you'd be looking at around about 372 euros. And the biggest part of that is probably the test, because obviously it takes time, effort to test someone. There's a huge cost to that as well. So that's now been put into a package to discount, so you can subscribe and save, and actually, you know, you can get this at a price of 149 euros. And I know we're in UK, it's going to go into sterling in the next few weeks, so just be watching out for that. We're looking forward to that. But 149 euros equates to around about 130 pounds, 132 pounds. And then you have a 6-month subscription. So you're going to get a balance oil you're going to get a payment every month of 30 euros, which is the monthly payment. And then every other month, you're going to get 2 bottles of balance oil so that they are shipped to you. And that's reducing, trying to be a little bit more eco-friendly with packaging and shipping, etc. So it's trying to reduce the carbon footprint. And the same goes for the health protocol kit. So the health protocol kit, which is the one I've just gone through, and you're going to have all the products that you see here in this box, and that will give you a full protocol. Now, if you were to purchase those individually or as a retail customer, that would be the equivalent of around about 587 euros. So quite a lot. But because they've discounted it and are taking advantage of the 6-month subscription, then they're able to do it at 239 euros. So around about I think it's around about 206 or 208. So it's not hugely expensive for what you're getting there. You're getting all these products in there with that. And then you're going to have your 6-month subscription, which is 75 euros per month. And that is again paid monthly, but shipped every other month. And most people tend to stay on it after that because they like the results they're getting and don't want to go back to having aches and pains. We have a fantastic scientific board headed by Dr. Paul Clayton, who's the pioneer of all these products that we have, and he's actually the formulator of them. He's got a huge, kind of history in as a PhD in neuropharmacology and from the University of Edinburgh, so he's one of our own. And he still, talks for Oxford University, and he's, he educates people constantly on how they can improve their health in so many ways. And he's accompanied by the other people you can see here. And Dr. Angela Rizzo, for instance, is a lady who has done a huge amount of research on ADHD and autism, and use with balance oil for those children. And had remarkable results. So go look her up on the internet. She's quite a fascinating person, and the study's absolutely incredible. So you're able to get your products for free as a customer, and all you have to do is be on your own subscription with your favorite Zinzino products and recommend those to 4 other friends who to subscribe to their products as well. And as long as their orders total 4 times of yours, then you would actually only just pay the shipping. So that's a really good incentive to kind of recommending it to others and sharing the love, if you like. We also have a little app on our phone that sits on our smartphones, which actually gives us points every time we click it. And it's very important, I should say, at the beginning of a new regime, health regime, that you actually have a little reminder about, when to take it, because how many times you go, oh my goodness, I forgot to take that. So now you've got this, it just sits on your phone. It literally, you can press it. It's just so cool. Here it is here. You press the little thing, it comes up. Have you taken your balance oil today? So all those things are available for you as customers. And if you continue using the products and press that little button on the app for 365 days, then you can access free shipping as well. So you've not only got the benefits of free shipping by introducing, free product by introducing people, but you've got free shipping as well after a year. I don't know any other company that actually gives anything like this away. It's really quite remarkable. I tell you, I did forget to mention a couple of other products as well. We've got some amazing products, and we've got a product called Viva. Viva is one of my go-tos at nighttime. It helps me sleep. It's fantastic. It lifts the mood. So people either take it in the morning. It's a great antidepressant if you're slightly low. It's a superb and 100% natural, based on Afron. And what else are we selling rather a lot of at the moment is something called Protect. I wonder why. Protect, because we're looking to improve our health because of this virus that's going on. And while we're at home and possibly eating things that we shouldn't be because we're just a bit bored and wanting to get out and go and see people and things, but just look after yourself a little bit more. So it's about taking care of your health and your wellness. We also have my 3rd favorite product, the serum. I'm an ex-beautician, and or I have been in the beauty industry for over 20 years, and I absolutely love this product. I've dispensed with all my previous products, and I only use this now. I absolutely adore it. It's just fantastic. So if any of the products that I've mentioned today have actually struck a chord with you, or you'd like to try them for yourself, then get back to the person who asked you to come on the call tonight. And it's important that you actually go back to them, because they're going to give you a link. But what I'd like to do is share my story. My story is, well, it happened, I was a very healthy person naturally. I've got an amazing immune system. I haven't had childhood diseases, but 2 years ago at Christmas, I ended up having a heart attack and ended up going to an emergency operation and had 3 stents fitted, which was a bit of a shock for me. And I came out on Christmas Eve 2 years ago, and I kind of I had this huge bag of of drugs that was given to me by the surgeon who came to say goodbye to me. And I said, oh, what's this? And he said, well, these are your drugs. And I went, oh, okay. And I said, what can I do to take, you know, to do this alternatively? Because I really don't like drugs. And he said, forget it, you're on them. So that was my way. I wanted to find something that I could do alternatively to improve my health and to have the same sort of results that I was getting from the drugs, but naturally. And I was lucky enough to meet Paul Clayton in Barcelona, and sat next to him at a dinner. And he asked me why I was there. And I told him my story about the heart attack. He said to me, oh, I think I can get you off those within 6 months. And I went, okay, I'm listening now. And this is before I'd even done my test. So I was now ears perked up and listening. I managed to do that within 3 months. So I, you know, kind of obviously connected with Paul on a number of occasions to ask what I should be doing. He said, the first thing you're going to notice as you get back into balance, where the statins have been keeping you very static at, you know, at a level, he said, you're going to find that your blood pressure drops quite dramatically as you get back into balance. And he said, when it gets down to a certain level, then you're going to start, you know, I would suggest to start reducing them. And I did those, you know, in accordance to what he was saying. And I feel better than I've ever felt before. I'm not on any drugs now, which I'm thrilled about. I've managed to lose 23 pounds, which I'd actually put on about 24 pounds on the drugs, which they said, oh, no, you won't do that. But they did. So that's been helpful. And also the last thing that the first thing I noticed when I started taking the oil was actually my osteoarthritis in my knee just completely disappeared. Quite painful before, had zero pain ever since, and we're now, you know, kind of like 9 months into 9 months later than that. So just dramatic differences for me. And I'd like to show you my horrible results. This is my first result. So you can see here, I was 64 when I had that taken, 14.4 to 1. But look at the top line over here. Zero protection from my essential fatty acids. Oh my goodness, that's so scary. And just so many other things that, you know, need addressing. And I was completely oblivious to these. I haven't shared this with anyone because I've literally, while we were on a previous Zoom, I actually got my results back from my next test. So this is my next test. So I'm 2.4. So I'm really happy. I'm not 100% green, but I'm up to 98% protection. That just makes me feel so much better. And I've just got a couple of little markers to get all green there. So I'm absolutely thrilled that I chose and made that decision to take them, to make a choice of changing my nutritional products to actually do something, to use something as simple as these to make a difference in my life. And I know it's going to make a difference in so many other people's lives as well. It already has. So please get back to the person who invited you onto the call. And if you feel that you would like to try them, get them to give you their link, get them to help you register and get yourself started on this journey. My name is Sue Booth. I'm an executive with Zinzino, and I'm really pleased to have been able to share this with you tonight. So thank you so much. I've got to try and stop sharing and then stop recording. Okay, thank you so much, and good evening.